It feels great to finally watch wrestling with fans. I've been through the tough. I watched through WWE throughout the entire pandemic. I know some fans gave up watching because of the pandemic era, but all I can say is this: as a loyal WWE fan, I sat through all the worst shit that I could have possibly have found. Now, being able to go through half a year and a half, to go through with literally zero fans was definitely an experience for me. It was definitely an experience that I wish that I don't want to experience again. But it was an experience that I think we all experienced together. Despite what many say about the product nowadays, there is no denying that as a true fan, I sat through all of it. Maybe outside of the Raws that I stopped watching. But I believe after all the heart, blood, sweat, and tears we went through, well, the Americans, I guess, it does feel good to finally sit down and watch. I guess for you guys it could be pro wrestling in general, but for me to actually sit down and actually enjoy WWE with actual fans again was definitely a real treat. Vince McMahon made his triumphant return. All he said was, "Welcome back," and where have you all been? And he disappeared. You know, typical Vince. I find it funny that people really despise this man behind the scenes, but whenever he appears on TV, people cheer him and they sing his theme song. I just think it's so funny that people really hate this man, but whenever he's on TV, people cheer the guy. So I just think that's really funny. I thought I'd give you guys some breaking news. David Hart Smith, Davey Boy Smith, Harry Smith, whatever you want to call him, he is back on WWE television. I saw a photo of Davey Boy Smith. For those who don't know who he is the British Bulldog's son. There was a picture of him in the arena, and he had a dark match. And he was backstage. He had like an exclusive backstage interview, and he has confirmed that he is back with the WWE. I think he's a part of the Smackdown brand. I'm not 100% sure, but he has confirmed his return to WWE. I wasn't really the biggest fan of him when he first came back, when he first came to WWE, when he was called David Hart Smith in the Hart Dynasty. But I guess we will see if he's gotten any better. But hey, it's great to see him back. There was another dark match that took place between the females, Aaliyah and NXT's Xia Li. That was pretty exciting when I heard about that. At least it gives them the opportunity to compete in front of crowds. And I heard Aaliyah was very emotional. Can't say I blame her. But anyway, let's talk about the actual stuff. The actual stuff that you all came to hear about. We began with the Tribal Chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns, and the Usos taking on Edge and the Mysterios in a 6-man tag. And I did not expect the Bloodline to win this match. I really expected Edge and the Mysterios to win. So that was a bit of a surprise to me. Edge losing his first match back in front of live crowds. I guess he's buried, because remember, the rule of law in pro wrestling, if you lose one match, you're buried. According to the internet wrestling community. But jokes aside, it was actually a pretty fun tag match. Not because of Edge. Definitely not because of him. But Edge stood tall in the end. He made Roman Reigns tap out with the bar that he's been using, pretty much confirming that he will not be winning at Money in the Bank. Good job, Edge. You could have just accepted your loss and walked away. But no, you had to keep doing. No, you had to attack Roman. Sami Zayn came to the ring. He was being funny and hilarious as always, and talking about conspiracies. And then we had the return of the Prince, Finn Balor. Finn Balor is back, baby. Finn Balor is back, baby, and I'm very happy to see this guy back on the main roster. I missed seeing Finn on the main roster. It's great to see him on Smackdown. Great addition to the Smackdown roster, because my God, Smackdown desperately needed superstars, considering half of their roster was released. So great to see Finn Balor back on the main roster. I would like to see him versus Apollo Crews for the Intercontinental Championship. Thank you very much. Then we had Shotzi and Teagan Nox. Not Nox. I don't understand why people are continuously thinking her name is Nox. It's just their tag team name. Shotzi and Nox. It's a tag team name. Just like everything else is a tag team name. Just like everything. When it comes to tag teams, you have a tag team name. Shotzi and Nox is their tag team name. They did not shorten her name to Nox. I wish people would understand that. They did not shorten her name. Michael Cole did call her Teagan. Use your ears, people. Zelina Vega and Liv Morgan were at ringside during this matchup. Shotzi and Teagan Nox got the victory again. I'm very glad for that, because I do not want them losing already upon their arrival on the main roster. But I'm not a big fan of Teagan myself. I'm not really the biggest Teagan fan, but you know, she's on the main roster, so maybe she'll grow on me eventually. And same thing with Shotzi. I never really got the appeal of Shotzi. I know she's a good wrestler, but I never really understood her character, and I never really understood her and what was so appealing about Shotzi. But hey, just like with Teagan, she's on the main roster now, so maybe she'll eventually grow on me. So only time will eventually tell. Cesaro got assaulted backstage by the Alpha Academy, which giving Cesaro a new feud is this is basically them moving Cesaro on from Seth Rollins. Bianca Belair and Carmella, they had a really good matchup. You know, I know a lot of people like to call Carmella a bum whenever it comes to her being in the ring, but you know, Carmella, I feel like she's starting to show lots and lots of improvement. Many can possibly disagree, but I think Carmella has definitely shown some signs of improvement. Her matches with Sasha Banks were pretty good, like at the Royal Rumble and TLC. And this matchup here with Bianca Belair was pretty good. I was really into this. And my God, I didn't expect Bianca Belair to be as popular as I thought. Like, I knew I figured she would get cheered, but my God, the entire stadium went ballistic for this woman. I didn't think this woman was going to be as over as I thought she was going to be. Considering how fast to the top she was pushed, I thought maybe some fans wouldn't have, you know, been all that fond of her. But hey, great to see that I was proven wrong on that regard. Bianca is the same, not really all that into her all that much. I don't really get the appeal of her either. But hey, she's been on the main roster long enough for me to give my full-on opinion of her. She's a good wrestler. She's a fantastic wrestler. Not her biggest fan, but I can definitely enjoy her work in the ring. So despite me not being a real big fan of Bianca, I can definitely appreciate her work in the ring. So Bianca did retain. Obviously, there was no reason for Bianca to lose the title here. And Carmella always has the best gear. She always has one of those best looking gears. I liked the yellow. I liked the yellow and the black and white one. That one was pretty good. But anyway, then we had Cesaro versus Otis. This match went to a disqualification where the Alpha Academy beat up Cesaro. Big E provided some power positivity to Paul Heyman, basically got under his nerves. And then we had Baron Corbin. Baron, I have no more music, Corbin. And Baron, I am now growing my hair out, Corbin. This man literally was bald for a long time, and now his hair is growing back. He must have stopped waxing. But anyway, Corbin starts begging for money. He starts begging for money because he's losing finances. He's all of his sponsors. He's losing his car. He's about to go bankrupt. All this stuff. Oh my God, I did not know you could literally do. I had no idea you could lose all this stuff just from losing a King of the Ring tournament. Just losing your crown. I didn't know you could lose all this stuff just by losing your crown. Like, to me, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but hey, but whatever. Let's roll with it. The fans were booing Corbin. Corbin was literally begging them, but they were not giving him any sympathy. Well, as they should. Who would want to give Baron Corbin sympathy? So Baron Corbin starts a GoFundMe page, a Corbin Fund page, where he wants people to donate him money. Yeah, nice try, Corbin. I ain't giving you any of my money. So then Kevin Owens comes out, gives him a stunner, all because Baron Corbin told him that he doesn't waste his money on his wardrobe because the gear he wears, but whatever. But I will say that was a very entertaining segment. I will say that was very entertaining stuff. The crowds the fans being back have definitely helped, a lot of stuff on the show feel much better. And then our main event was a fatal four-way between Big E, Kevin Owens, King Nakamura, and Seth Rollins. This was a fatal four-way. And my God, it was so freaking insane. The beginning of the match was Big E spearing Seth Rollins through the ropes. Kevin Owens doing a crazy dive and Nakamura doing crazy dives. And the end of the match, we saw bloody Kevin Owens jumping off a godforsaken ladder, crashing through the announce table. Nakamura and then Seth Rollins delivered a curb stomp right on the sharp edge of the ladder on Big E. My freaking God, what a fatal four-way this was. And damn it, the fans being there has definitely made the match so much better than it should have been. My God, what a great way to end off of SmackDown. It was a great way to end SmackDown, I will definitely say that. Seth Rollins standing tall, pretty much confirming that he will not be winning Money in the Bank. So, yeah, those are really my thoughts on SmackDown. I'm very happy that the crowds are back, and I'm very interested to see, what's next with the crowds being back. Hopefully, Raw can actually be tolerable. Hopefully, Raw can actually be watchable with crowds. That's all I can hope and pray for. I can only hope and pray that Raw becomes more tolerable and more watchable with fans being there. Raw has literally been the worst show when it comes to WWE programming. So I can only hope that and pray there. So that is all I've got for you guys here on this SmackDown review. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Welcome back, WWE Universe. I'm so glad the fans are back, and hopefully it remains that way. Everybody, make sure you always wear your masks, sanitize your hands, and stay safe to everybody in America. If you really want these things to remain permanent, make sure you keep sanitizing your hands, wearing your masks, and social distance. Thank you all so much for joining me for this review, ladies and gentlemen. This has been your boy Patrick, stuck in lockdown here in Australia. Hit that like button if you guys did enjoy the video. Comment your thoughts and opinions down below, and I will see you all next time.